Mr. Depp's finger injury happen as a result of a vodka bottle being thrown at him?
Well, the medical data is inconclusive. It's not consistent with what we see in the described injury pattern or in the clinical photographs. And there are several elements. There's the description was of the hand being flat on a bar and the bottle crushing the finger from the top. But looking at the images, there's really no significant injury to the dorsum of the finger, and to create the type of injury with that type of a crush injury, we would anticipate both injury to the fingernail and other parts of the finger.
And on it goes. I mean, that was probably the tamest moment of all of this. The defamation trial involving actress Amber Heard and Johnny Depp continuing in a Virginia courtroom this week. And yesterday the court heard some testimony from an orthopedic surgeon who specializes in hand surgery, saying the injuries actor Johnny Depp sustained may not be consistent with Depp's story that Amber Heard threw a vodka bottle at him. However, the doctor also says he'll never personally examine Depp and doesn't know how he could have hurt his hand. So Johnny Depp suing Amber Heard for $50 million, alleging that 2018 editorial she wrote in the Washington Post defamed him, ultimately cost him hundreds of millions of dollars of his career. She's countersuing for $100 million, claiming that the attorneys calling her abuse claims a hoax have been, well, defamatory to her. So this is dominating the headlines. It's all over TikTok. And when I think TikTok and, what the kids are talking about these days, I think about Phoenix criminal defense attorney Jason Lamm. So let's bring you in, Jason, for your take on all of this. It is just mind-blowing, and the bottom line is it makes us all feel like really functional, healthy people.
Olivia, it's funny. We were talking about this before, during the break. And over the years, you and I have sat in these chairs. There's things that we've agreed on. There's things that we've disagreed on. But I think on this case, we agree, and everyone at home agrees. Thank goodness these two did not have children.
Seriously. Oh, my goodness. And that they're even alive to kind of relay this mess. But, we've talked just yesterday, we talked to a therapist about, the dysfunction in this. But what we are forgetting is that this is a legal case. So what does it take to prove that somebody has defamed you to this capacity to result in the money that he's looking for?
Legally speaking, Olivia, you have to show that someone made a false statement, and because these two are public figures, you have to show malice. There was an intent to harm. But here's the reality of the situation. This is all about a big breakup, a big, messy breakup between two very wealthy people. And it's mudslinging. Well, you said this about me, and you lied. Well, you said this about me, and you lied. $50 million, $100 million. These are numbers that are extraordinary. And yes, these are Hollywood celebs who may have lost potential income. But at the end of the day, we'll never make that kind of money in our career. Right. If you had a better agent, maybe you would. But no, truthfully, it's mind-numbing. And you got to wonder at some point, will the jury just say, enough? Yeah. And, maybe we'll give you a token award of $1. You two go home and work out your problems like on the Dr. Phil show or in the National Enquirer. Yeah,
sell the movie rights. At essence, is this op-ed, okay? Besides all of this chaos that was obviously being pretty well documented and witnessed by a lot of people, she never names him in that. She's had multiple relationships, whatever, they all have. Is that a big point in this when it really comes down to the nitty-gritty of the law? She never names him in this.
She doesn't name him, but there's enough circumstantial facts to suggest that Johnny Depp was being accused of being an abuser. And now we're stuck with all sorts of expert testimony. Psychologists, we just saw an orthopedic surgeon say, well, no, that's really not how he broke his finger. And it's all kind of granular detail. And then we got to say, well, how much money could they have made? And at the end of the day, it's, it's salacious, as you said. But people kind of wonder, do we have real problems in our society?
hard for a jury to put their minds around the potential, earning potential for anybody in that industry anyway. What I thought was maybe some of the more boring but more interesting in terms of legality was his former agent saying, oh, no, it wasn't this 2018 op-ed. It was his behavior, his substance abuse, his showing up to set hours and hours and hours late that made him stop getting the roles and change the trajectory of his career well before this relationship even began.
Right, and that's called causation. You have to show that even if Amber Heard said something defamatory, that it proximately caused his damages. And they're saying that Johnny Depp was already cratering. So, but the one thing I do know is that, the judge wants to have closings by this Friday, May 27th. So the attorneys are swashbuckling ahead on a fast and furious pace trying to wrap this up. And, Johnny Depp, it was presented that he spends more than $35,000 a month on wine. And I was just stunned by that fact. And, you have quite the wine collection, Olivia. I know that. But it's astronomical. And a jury saying, hey, wait a minute. People can't get baby formula in this country right now, and we're talking about over $1,000 a day in wine.
Wow.
I just think at the end of the day, yes, there may be an argument, to be made, but this is better, worked out in a therapist's office than in a court of law, with the public sitting back, hanging on every detail.
They've damaged their reputations profoundly forever.
They will never recover, either one of them, from this trial, no matter what the jury says.